Welcome back to the Boys and Ball podcast. If you like the pod, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's go, boys.
What's up,
It
JC?
is playoff time.
Yes,
The
sir.
NBA playoffs are here.
Yeah, they are.
And we're gonna break down these matchups one by one, kind of talk about the lineups, their season so far, and then we're gonna give how far do you think these series go? Is
Okay.
it is it a sweep? Is it a 5 game series, 7 games? We're gonna break it all down here. So first matchup. 1 versus 8 in the East. You got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. What are you boys thinking about?
I mean, I like Jimmy Butler and all, and I like this Heat squad. Unfortunately, the Milwaukee's a much better team. I know Jimmy Butler's talking all this rah rah in the news, like he doesn't mind that people aren't pitting the Heat to go far, but like when you see them going up against this Milwaukee Bucks team, you could see why everyone's saying that. They're one of the teams that
team they're I don't know. Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, when he wants to be a scorer and a better player, he's really good. I don't love Kyle Lowry for this team. Max Strauss. I think this is a sweep here. I think the Bucks are just the better team. Chris Middleton's, he had the injury at the start of the year, but he's back. He's playing Chris Middleton basketball. You have Giannis, the best player in the league, and you got Drew Holiday, one of the best 3-and-D guys in basketball. Gets his team involved. I like this Bucks team. I don't think the Heat are going to be a challenge. I'll leave my prediction second. Bruce, what do you think about this matchup?
You know, everyone knows this. Giannis is a bucket. I don't really see anybody on this Miami Heat team being able to give him too much trouble or do much stop him from doing whatever he wants to in this series. And whenever you can't stop Giannis at all, he's going to get at least 40 points.
Okay.
So, like, Giannis is going to be a bully in the boards. He's going to play hard D. Chris Middleton's coming back. He's that other part of that duo. Chris Middleton makes Giannis look as good as he does because Chris Middleton's on the floor because they got to respect Chris. So, like, I expect this to also be a clean sweep. Maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll say Bucks in 5.
Okay.
I'll say Bucks in 5. I'll give Miami one home game. They'll win one home game.
Okay. All right. Dan, what do you think?
that's also where I have them. I got Bucks in 5. I think that team is going to put together, one really good game. They do it,
it's going to be one.
Yeah, they do it. They're going to. I think it's not going to be easy wins, but I just think that Milwaukee's going to clean it up in 5.
Okay. I think this could be an easy sweeper. I'm expecting like you guys this to be Bucks 5. I would be surprised if this series goes to 6. And
Yeah.
I don't see any scenario where this is a 7-game series.
Yeah,
No,
there's
absolutely
unless
not.
Jimmy Bucket is reincarnated and do everything for some reason and can't be guarded. That's the only way. Jimmy Butler literally has to come in the clutch. We need Chicago Jimmy Butler if we want anything crazy to happen.
I agree. The next matchup we got the New York Knicks at the 5 seed versus the Cleveland Cavaliers as the 4 seed. Now, since this is my squad, my Cav squad here, I like this team. I think I was surprised with the way they were able to gel together with Garland and Donovan Mitchell. I wasn't sure exactly how that would play out with Garland in the top scorer team. He was willing to take that step back, be the number 2 guy. He's getting teammates involved. Really good numbers this year. And then I think what sets the Cavs apart is with Mobley and Jarrett Allen on the floor together. So much size, so much rim protection. Mobley can guard those more athletic 4s. He's, they clean the glass. I like this Cavs team this year. And, on the reverse side of that for the Knicks, I think Jalen Brunson was a great pickup for them. It's worked out pretty well, but I'm still not a Julius Randle fan. I think he's an undersized 4, and in this matchup, I think it's going to get punished.
Yeah, I used to like Julius Randle. I was a big fan of his whenever he first came into the league because like he had real good size and he looked like he was going to be like a little bit of a bully ball player and he just never really happened for him. And like I still feel that way that because he wasn't able to be like a bully ball kind of a strong kind of guy that if he couldn't do that, which was what he was kind of good at, he's not going to be able to transition in an NBA game now where the four has to be able to do more than just sit in the post.
Yeah, I mean, he still averaged 20 plus this season, so like he's
Yeah,
still a bucket. I just think it's a bad matchup for them. I think
yeah,
it's
no,
another Knicks first round exit.
I'm not taking any credit away from him. Like he's a good player. I'm just saying, like it's just not, it's just a little bit different
Yeah,
than the game that he likes to play.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. I mean, so I'm taking Cleveland in this matchup. I like this. I like the Knicks team. I like this Cleveland team. But like you said, I think the matchups favor Cleveland a little bit more. Julius Randle's going to do some things, but I'm going to start off the picks. I'm taking Cleveland in 6. I think the Knicks steal 2 games. I think they get their home they get the home game, and I think they might be able to steal one on the road. But I think obviously just Cleveland cleans up.
So I'm in the boat of where I feel like this is one of the potential series that is a sweep in favor of Cleveland.
Okay. I think this is Cleveland in 5. I think the Knicks are going to get 1 here, but I just I think this is probably a 5 or series. I don't know if I see a sweep. Um,
I see a sweep here. Donovan Mitchell is
but
the
I'm
best
going
player
5.
the best player from both of these teams in this matchup.
I'll agree with that, but I think this is a 5. Mitchell has his off nights where he shoots the ball
Atrocious.
poorly.
Yeah.
Now this year you haven't really seen that. He's kind of elevated his game to that next level, but I think you can force him out of his game a little bit. So I'm going to say that they get him 1 time in Cavs in 5.
Okay, that's fair. Who we got up next, bro?
Next matchup, you got the 6 seed who is the New York Nets. This
Nice.
is a team that's very questionable.
The New
They,
York Knicks,
after the Nets, after trading away their team,
the Brooklyn
questionable.
Nets,
They were in
but
the Brooklyn Nets.
not the
Yeah,
New York Knicks.
Brooklyn Nets, New York Nets. They're the same place. New York City. It's the same place.
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start saying the New Jersey Giants when we talk the NFL.
I hate you so much.
It is what it is. This team is questionable, and they're going up against the Sixers. Harden, Embiid. Embiid is probably the MVP of the NBA this year. I think for me, Jokic's defense is a little been a little lackluster this year, and for me, I think Embiid's the MVP. He's going crazy. I think this is a sweep. I think Sixers in 4.
So I don't agree with that statement only because I think James Harden is gonna have an off night, and like I don't think Joel Embiid could. I don't think he could carry the team for an entire game. He needs help. Joel Embiid is a firecracker, and he's a bucket right now, and he's playing real well going into the playoffs. But like he can put in all the effort that he has, but if James Harden doesn't help him, it's not going to get done. So I see this as a 5-game series, like the 5 Sixers clean up, but James Harden has a bad game and Joel Embiid can't carry it, and they lose 1.
All right, I'm going the complete opposite way of you. Joel Embiid can in fact carry this team. He carried their lifeless corpse with Ben Simmons for years.
Yeah, but this is
If
playoff basketball.
Yeah, he did it. He did it with Ben Simmons in the playoffs. Ben
How many
Simmons
chips?
passed it.
How many chips did Embiid and
I
Ben
didn't
Simmons?
say I didn't say that they won chips. I'm just saying
So he didn't
he
carry.
can
He didn't carry
he,
hard enough.
he can carry through. He can carry through a Brooklyn team that honestly doesn't deserve to be there. They're only there because they got all those wins early when they had KD, when they had Kyrie, when the team was built, and then they said screw it, broke apart the team, traded all the pieces away, kind of just teetered into the playoffs. I think the Brooklyn team doesn't deserve to be there. They're catching the hot sweep.
I'm in that boat. This next matchup, got the 2 versus the Atlanta Hawks versus the Boston Celtics. I think
Dude, this isn't. We don't even talk about this, bro. Everyone in
This is-
Boston parks their fucking broom.
The- See, but the Hawks are mediocre, and they're mediocre enough to go. They've been basically 500 the entire year. The Hawks are fantastic one night, terrible the next. I'm going this is a 5 or 6 game series, but give me Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm,
so
I'm gonna take sweep Boston to sweep over the Hawks. Mediocre doesn't win playoff basketball games.
I feel like JT's got something going on with the 5 game series because when you watch this Boston team, sometimes it seems like they're this really good, super talented team, but then they'll come in and they'll play down to someone else's levels, and that's where I could see the Hawks stealing a game where it's a slower night, a slower game, the shooting gets going from the Hawks, and then they kind of steal one away from Boston late. So, but I still think ultimately, Boston cleans up. They do what they got to do. So, Boston 5.
Okay. All right. And we are also talking about teams, with Boston in particular. Like this is a team with 57 wins on the year. Second best record in the NBA. They're not going to lose this series to an Atlanta Hawks team that was 41-41 on the year
Yeah,
and literally basically won and lost every other game the entire year. So
I'm happy for them. They were average.
they were average, and they were literally as average as you could possibly be. I mean, they average
They got
118 points per game, and they give up 118 points per game.
Yeah. So they average a C. That's fine.
It's
C's a passing grade.
it's a power play for the Hawks. It's just what they've been doing. But unfortunately, they picked up a little bit of speed at the end of the year, but wrong matchup, wrong time. You're going down.
yeah,
Now, on the other side, we'll get back to the 1 versus 8 on this side because this game is not up yet, but it is favoring the Timberwolves. They're up 20 right now, but we'll circle back here in a second. So we'll jump to that 4 versus 5 matchup. And this is an interesting matchup. You got the Clippers who brought in Russell Westbrook, and they've used him in some creative ways. Hey, we want you to crash the offensive glass hard. We're going to start using you in pick and rolls when you're the screener, and we want you to just, dive hard to the basket, crash the glass hard, ball, off a defensive rebound. I want you to push it hard. And you've brought life back to Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
They're taking away the negatives. He's not shooting as many threes. He's not, doing all that, but you're getting all of the good effects of having an electric player like Russell Westbrook. And then on the other side of that, you got the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant, who since November has lost 2 games. So you got this Suns team that's loaded. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. This is, as firepower of a team as you might see any team have. But can the defense ride out? The Clippers have, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, good defenders. They're going to be able to make Kevin Durant have to work for those buckets. I think this is a 7-game series.
Yeah. Who do you favor in the series, though? Does the offense beat the locks on defense, or
I
are the
think
Clippers gonna take
I
this?
favor Phoenix in this.
Yeah.
Just from the pure scoring, I think they have the 2 best scorers in this series, in Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, and in those close game situations, that's what's going to win them those games. And so I think it's a 7-game, but I'm going to favor the Suns in this.
I'm actually going to take the Suns in this series as well, but I'm going to take the Suns in 6, and one of the wins is going to come off of a buzzer beater for a game that should go to the Clippers.
Okay.
interesting. Wild takes. We appreciate them, Bruce. But
Yeah.
I'm also taking Phoenix Suns in 6. I think the way Russ plays is gonna get the Phoenix in a couple games, but other than that, I think just the electric scoring between Devin Booker and KD is just going to be way too much for the Clippers to compete with.
Kevin
Okay.
Durant, he's just one of those guys in the playoffs. Like he knows how to shoot daggers. We've done it. We've seen it. We've seen him do it to the Cleveland Cavs. We've seen him do it whenever he played for OKC. That man gets clutch buckets and he puts daggers in hearts of fans of opposing teams. So I wouldn't be surprised if KD rips one from the Clippers that they think is theirs.
Everything about that statement was wildly wrong.
Why?
As you just claimed that Kevin Durant played for Cleveland.
No, I said he did it against Cleveland.
Oh, against Cleveland. Okay. Well,
Yeah, he did it against Cleveland. He did it when he played for the Thunder. Like he gets buckets. He's a dagger in the playoffs.
Okay, yeah, but still couldn't beat LeBron until he joined a super team. All right. Also, all I'm saying is just, he's never won on his own.
I don't think he didn't get to play against LeBron.
Yeah, he did.
In the bigger stages of the game.
OKC played the Miami Heat in the finals.
Oh yeah, I guess they did.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like before Russ got super good and James Harden became anything.
Yeah, and then he blew a 3-1 lead to the Warriors.
He did in fact do that.
So that's all I'm saying.
Fair
They
enough.
went and joined him. So Dan, did you give your take on this one? You said
Yeah.
6, right?
4-2.
4-2. Okay. This next matchup, this one's a struggle for me. You got a Warriors team that's kind of starting to click a little late. Got rid of Wiseman. Clay's back. The Warriors, stormed back from out of the playoffs to the 6th seed. But you're going up against this Kings team that has played great this year. Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis. This team has been tough, and this is a series I struggle with. I'm gonna have to give you my take here in a minute on who I want. I gotta think about this one.
You gotta think about it.
I gotta think about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where are you at, Dan? You got to do some thinking because I've got my take.
Well, we know where Dan's take is gonna be here because he's a bandwagon Warriors fan.
Yeah.
Just like he was rooting for the Eagles and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
he's a Warriors bandwagon, so we know where this choice is going to be. But Dan, tell me how many games this series goes.
I'm gonna say 6 or 7. I haven't decided yet. I am like you said, this Kings team is very very good, but I think the Warriors played pretty good against them last time they had a matchup, and I think the experience from Steph, Clay, Draymond, Coach Kerr is probably going to be the deciding factor that allows Golden State to steal one of those games and in order to, get ahead in the series. So I think just the Kings being a unexperienced playoff team, I think that's where their downfall is going to be at that stage. It's very hard to play in front of Golden State fans. It always has been in the playoffs. They come out, they pack that arena out every single time. It gets loud in there. Yeah. It just is what it is. It feels like you're playing in a small gym.
So all I'm saying here is the tickets for the Sacramento home games are double the price of the ones in Golden State.
Yeah.
All right. And then the other stat you're forgetting here, Dan, I've decided it's Kings in 7, and here's the reason why. The Kings have not lost a playoff series since 2006.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right.
This was also my thought.
But have they played in a playoff series since 2006?
That's not the point.
That's not
the point.
Okay.
Okay. You can't go here. Just because 2006 was the last time they got eliminated from the playoffs, that doesn't mean anything, Dan. Okay?
I think De'Aaron Fox wasn't even out of middle school the last time.
Don't you worry. You're thinking too hard. So
you're thinking about this too much. Yeah.
Yeah. So my take on this is, if this game does go to 7, if this is a 7-game series, then I do like the Sacramento Kings. Because I know Dan, as he said earlier, he's got Clay, Steph, Dre. They all got the experience. But an experienced team, in my opinion, loses more often than not to a team that just hasn't been there and is more hungry. If they come out there and play more hungry than the experience that Golden State brings to the game, then I like the Kings in 7 games. If it goes that far.
And we're forgetting that this Kings team has Harrison Barnes, Sabonis, who's been in the playoffs. This team is not inexperienced. De'Aaron Fox is inexperienced. It's different.
Yeah. De'Aaron Fox is inexperienced.
Harrison Barnes has experience with your boys, Golden State. Like,
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago, and their coach is unexperienced. He's not Steve Kerr, and I just feel like you guys are hating purely the fact because I like the Warriors, and that's what it is. And you
It
can't
is
tell
what
me
it is.
you
It is
can't
what it
tell me
is. And
otherwise.
also, all I'm saying is we're almost talking about a year streak here where the Sacramento Kings have not lost in the playoffs. So I'm just letting you know, watch out. Just
I
putting
just-
stats out here, Dan. Just putting stats out here. I just don't like statistics.
All right, GT. All right, GT.
That's all I'm saying. The
I
next
hate ev-
series.
I hate
next
everything
series.
about what you just said.
The next series. This is what I think is going to be the best first round series. I think right here. The Grizzlies versus the Lakers. 2 versus
Dude.
7.
dude, easy.
I think this is gonna be a great series. You got a Memphis team that over the second half of the year didn't look as good as they did in the first half of the year versus a Lakers team that LeBron's healthy again, AD's playing well, and that team is gelled. They brought in young life, young energy, and this team is flowing.
They brought a TT, right?
They did just bring Tristan Thompson out of retirement
Yeah, they brought TT in for the playoff
for
run.
what they said was playoff bench help. Now, my hope is he does not touch the floor
Why?
because I watched Tristan Thompson for years with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and nothing
Be-
infuriates me more than a 6'9" big man who can't shoot at all.
Fair enough. I get it.
And
he gets-
he's not athletic anymore. He's 39, okay? He's not that old, but he's ancient, okay? He hasn't played basketball in a while. I don't get it, okay? He's not gonna have the spring. He's not gonna be clean glass. He's just gonna be garbage.
JT, are we talking about you or TT,
Both,
bro?
okay? I'm washed, all right? I'm not gonna argue with it here, okay? Is what it is. But
Fair
give
enough.
me give me Lakers in 7.
I really like this series, but give me Ja in 6.
Okay, all right,
I think
all right,
I think it's Ja's turn.
all right.
Like that's how I feel. I think it's Ja's turn. If this game goes to 7, I do like Lakers better because LeBron's got that clutch G in him. But like if the series ends early, it's gotta be in the Grizzlies' favor.
All I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
is LeBron James is the clutchest playoff performer in NBA history.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
why I
saying-
said LeBron's got that clutch gene. So if it goes to 7 games, I like the Lakers better. But if the series ends early, it's probably going to be the Grizzlies because they're going to come out and they're going to eat.
So, but the real statistic you're missing is that LeBron's not a shooter and Ja is. You forgot about that one.
Okay, no, I didn't
And-
forget
and-
about it.
And so that's why with my prediction, I agree with JT. It's Ja's turn. Ja's turn to go home. Lakers at 6.
Oh, word. Okay.
He's got to go back to his
Yeah, it's too much shooting going on.
he's got to go back to his therapy. He needs to take the offseason off. Just get it right. Lakers moving on.
No, I'm telling you. We see LeBron James shoot the same shot that he bricks every time that Luka catch. No.
Yeah, and Luka is. I love Luka, but you know where he is right now?
Oh,
Sitting at home.
You're right. He is at home. But,
So that's all I'm saying. Okay, and the Mavs just got fined $750,000.
yeah, did they for accused of tanking?
No, well, it was for not providing their fans a good product because in an elimination game, for them to be eliminated from playoff contention, they sat both Luka Doncic and Kyrie.
Why is that not okay? They don't want their players to get hurt going into next season. What's wrong with that?
Because
Why would you want Luka to tear his ACL?
Oh,
Because
and a
they
chance to
really
be in the
not gonna
playoffs this
play.
year. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, why would you do that?
Okay. So the last series here, 1 versus 8. I think it is safe to call this game. 6 minutes left. The Timberwolves 23.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's safe to call this game. I don't think there's going to be a comeback here. So we got the Denver Nuggets facing off against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Nuggies and 4. Give me Joker. Moving on. Next question.
all right. I'm thinking Denver in 5. I just that Minnesota team is gritty. You know, I think Cat's gonna come out. He's gonna have one of them nights where he kind of does what Cat does and what you expect him to do, and that's put up so many points. You're like, it's not okay for a 7-footer to shoot like this. And it is what it is. So I'm taking Denver in 5.
And thank you for saying that. I'm going with the scoring and athletic ability of Anthony Edwards and the scoring ability of Karl Anthony Towns with the 15 minutes you're going to get from Rudy Gobert because he's just not a playoff player. All right. I'm going with Minnesota loses in 6.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah.
No,
Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. Michael Porter Jr. I love MPJ.
They're a nasty
One of
little
my favorite
group.
players.
They're a nasty little squad.
I don't know if this is a championship team once again, but this is a Nuggets playoff series to win.
The roster is definitely appealing to look at for the Nuggets going into this game.
It is. They just need defensive. If Jokic isn't playing good defense, this can be a challenging night for a couple of those games.
I feel like Jokic
Facts.
might get ran tired a little bit because like they just got to stretch him out and make him like not just be able to sit in the post and sit inside. They gotta move him around and get him tired around up and up the court to try to exploit some defensive flaws.
That's why I said you're not going to see much of Gobert in this matchup because I think Gobert is going to struggle to guard Jokic. Where if you take out Gobert and you put in Cat as that 5, you force Jokic to now have to guard Cat in everything that Cat's doing on that end. And I mean, it's vice versa. You need Cat, but I think Cat's a better defender than Jokic. So I think that's a tough matchup for Joker.
I like Cat better on the perimeter than I like Joker, but I think Joker is probably one of the best interior defenders in the NBA.
I don't know about that. I mean, we can leave that one live, but I don't think I agree with that.
I do. That's a personal thing.
I can think about 10 bigs that I would take post defense over Jokic.
I don't know, man.
It's
He's a
just-
bully. Kind of a
he's
bully
not.
sometimes,
He's just a large man with minimal hops. It's
I thought I read an article a while ago that it said that Joker's maid says that he hasn't brushed his teeth in 3 years.
okay. Well, on that absolutely useless information, this has
Okay.
been the Boys and Ball podcast. If you like the pod, hit the like button, subscribe. Bow.